What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 6, NHL 26, Boston Bruins Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for supporting the last episode. If you all leave a thumbs up on this one, I'd really appreciate it. Now, last year, unfortunately, we did not win the Stanley Cup. It was the Buffalo Sabres, so a rival team there in our division. But we did make the playoffs for the second straight year, and I do think, our team keeps getting better, and we should have a Stanley Cup in one of these final 3 years. Top to bottom, our team is looking pretty stacked. So right now, guys, our first line, you got Hagens, McTavish, Pastrnak, all 90 plus with that +5 chem boost. They've also all got 3 X factors. Second line, Barzal, Cirelli, Jack Quinn, also get that +5. Third line, you got Rubric there now in 85. Elite potential, going to keep getting better. Playing with Zach in the middle, Poch on the right wing. Fourth line, you got Ludwinski, Minton, and Harrison. And now in terms of the defense, guys, I asked you last episode what we should do, and the top comment was from Ben Garland saying put McAvoy and DuPont on the top here together. They're both right-handed, but hopefully, it doesn't affect it too much. Obviously, they're our two best guys. Now, unfortunately, because of that, you got Gooley and Byers, both lefties on the second pairing. Pedersen, Vasilev on the bottom pair. Definitely have to talk to these guys about the scheme fit, try and get, at least a chemistry boost in that top 4. In terms of the goaltending, no change. Swayman starting, Dobesh backing him up. Power play-wise, I still do have McAvoy on the top power play just because he is the higher rated guy at 95. I think if DuPont can, prove it this year on that top pairing, he'll definitely get the top power play spot. You can see there that +5 on that first unit's nasty. You got DuPont there, and the rest of the guys +4. I do have DuPont though on the first 4-man, so give him a bit more ice time this year. This is kind of like to prove it, like if his stats don't go up, then I might honestly try and move him just with, the crazy amount of trade value he'll have. I should mention to you guys, might have seen +5 on both the first and second PK. That is huge. I think we got some really good, two-way shutdown guys on this team. So again, we got the star power, we got the depth. I really think we have a good shot at the cup this year. AHL team as well, looking pretty solid. We got Zach Hyman there for fun. Usually, even though they're like low rated, those kind of veterans there with a couple X factors still do perform in the AHL. Defensively as well, mostly high 70s. And then goaltending, we still got DiPietro there, splitting time with Day. And now in terms of the ratings, guys, for this season, we've got 94 offense, 93 defense, and 91 goaltending. Like I said, I think this is probably the best team we've had yet. Let's see if they can get it done. And now to start this year off, guys, we got to do some big contract extensions. The first one's Landon DuPont. So obviously we're giving him, the increased ice time, which should make him better. And he only wants $11 million. Honestly, for 91 overall D-man, in 2030 with the cap as high as it is, that's actually a really good ask. If we can save just a little bit of money, which again, 85% rule, I mean, would he take like $10 million for 7 years? It's still within the last 2 bars. We'll just try and make sure he'll say yes. 10 1/4, 7 years. No clause as well in case, I don't know, we decide to do something crazy. That would actually be, I think, an amazing contract. Now, Matthew Barzal, $9.3 million. 9.5. He's a second liner. Probably wait, just because he is 33. I don't know kind of which way we're going to go. Cirelli, Gooley. Again, for me, yeah, Cirelli 8.5. I don't know if it makes sense. Gooley here, we'll take a look. 7.2. I don't see them asking for like much more than they already are. Pedersen, we probably don't bring back. 5.9. Definitely want to see with like some of these older guys, especially the ones that are, like Pedersen, about to hit 35. The ask could drop if the overall drops, even if, they played well. Fraser Minton finally in the NHL. 2 years, 1.15. We'll take 50K off of that. He should, I thought he was going to say yes immediately. Ludwinski looks to be a decent fourth liner. He wants a bit more there. Probably can wait. I don't really see him asking for more than that end of this year. Dobesh has been really good, I think, as a backup. And he wants the league min for 2 years. So that's amazing. I don't know why he would take less money, but obviously, we're going to say thank you. And look, guys, looking at Barzal here, he only wants a 1 year. If we give him 8.5 and he says yes, I think for an 89, he'll still be 1 year shy of 35. That's not bad. Cirelli, the issue with him is paying him a lot of money when Zach is kind of like a cheaper version. Now, he is 1 overall less, but, we probably can get away with just having, Zach could be the 2C or even potentially moving Hagens or McTavish to the second line and really mixing the lines up. There we go, guys. Fraser Minton said yes. I thought that was a pretty fair offer. Barzal said yes as well, enthusiastically. Same with DuPont. So I think, again, for a franchise defenseman, in 2030, 10.5 is a steal. And like I've been saying the last couple seasons, guys, I'm trying to move Pocho to the right wing, but let's see. Okay, he's actually, oh yeah, not playing defense. We're going to try right wing. And yeah, Persuasion, he's literally playing there anyway. This is kind of where the conversation system's dumb. It's like, he's been playing there the last 3 years, but he's not willing to officially make that change. And like I was saying, guys, I want to try and make Gauthier here a sniper, as he would actually do a lot better. Still says no. And same thing here with Semenov. He would actually be really good as a two-way forward. I think I showed you guys last time he had good defensive stats. He also tells me kicks rocks. Like, all right. I should mention too, for both Semenov and Gauthier, during the summer, I had their focus be adaptability, and yet they're still saying no to changing playstyle. And so now, guys, we're at the end of December here with a record of 20-12-3. So we're looking pretty good. Currently second in the division there. We're actually only behind the Sabres, defending Stanley Cup champs. AHL team, 21-3-4. They are absolutely crushing. And so now, guys, we're at the trade deadline here. Records 39, 18, and 5. So I think we've done even better the last couple months. Yeah, we're now first place there in the division. We do have, like, what, $3.5 million cap space. Can try and make a move the deadline. AHL team, 37, 11, and 6. They're also first in their division. So far, so good. And look at the NHL team here. James Hagens actually leads the team in points. I think it's the first time that hasn't been Pasternak. He's got 79 already, though. So that's awesome. McAvoy there, 41. We'll take a look and see how DuPont's doing. But honestly, seeing James Hagens popping off is definitely a nice sign. And obviously, we'll be a full-fledged buyer here. We made the playoffs the last couple years. We were definitely, trying to get over the hump. Timmy Stützle, if we could somehow make this happen. I mean, we know Cirelli might not be coming back. I don't know. Maybe there's some way we can make this happen. Will Eklund has slightly less value, but a bigger cap hit. So, I mean, both those guys would be, huge players to come get. Jake Sanderson, 2 years left, $8 million. He's a left-handed guy. Could put him top pair and then maybe move McAvoy down to the second. Okay, so there's definitely some interesting things. Ehlers, wow, Ehlers is 88 with, like, no value. I would definitely be interested in, like, a Patra for him flip. I think Patra's a guy that's very replaceable internally. Velarde, again, I don't know why Ehlers' value there was so low. There's a lot of options, though, and obviously we only have so much cap room, but I'm trying to, have us finally win a Stanley Cup here, so let me see. Ehlers there. Matt Patra's got 3 goals, 26 assists. He's playing third line right wing. Ehlers has 13 goals, 33 assists. He'd literally be third line right wing because we have Barzal coming back. Wouldn't make sense to give his ice time to Barzal, but the trade value is almost equal. We don't have a first this year. We do have 3 seconds, though. I mean, I don't even think, would it cost a second? Let's try just throwing on a Canadians third here with Patra for Ehlers. And they say yes. I think that was a steal. And I was so excited to make that trade happen, guys. I realized after I definitely should have had them retain 50%. Hopefully, it doesn't hurt us too much here. Also, look at this. DuPont, top unit, second power play, still only has 21 points. This is why I can't put him on the top power play, because I just, cannot trust him to actually produce. On his power, he's got 6 of his points, too, on the power play. So even on that top pairing, he's not doing a ton. Looking at McAvoy here, so he's got 41 points. He's got double the amount on the power play, but still, you do the math there. That's 29, even strength points, 5v5. DuPont only has 15. And they're on the same pairing, so if McAvoy's still outscoring him double the amount, I don't know why, he's not putting up points here for us. And look at this guy, Salvador Quint here, who we actually just drafted 2029 third round, up to an 81. He's currently averaging, almost 2 points a game in the CHL. He's listed as a center, only 63 faceoffs, though, so he'll probably be playing wing. He's a guy that could definitely, take, say, Cirelli's spot in the top 6, especially if he grows a bit more this summer. And kind of interesting, guys, looking at the D pairs here, our top pairs actually got the worst plus-minus. McAvoy's only got a +2 there, DuPont +7, and again, McAvoy's got the most points, so he's out there for quite a bit of goals against. But then the second pairing, +30, +28, even the bottom pairing, +20, +22, so kind of interesting. I almost don't know how to read that. And I was thinking about trying to upgrade Pettersson, guys, to Siegenthaler. Unfortunately, he will not go to our team. He had a no move, now it's a modified, and 2019 no trade, so there's only 2 teams he would go to. Also, too, in regards to Ottawa, Stützle and Sanderson would actually both come to our team. Obviously, be huge gets, but in order to get them, we definitely have to send back Cirelli. I think he'd be the guy that, Stützle would come in for, especially because he's expiring. Unfortunately, he would not go to Ottawa, so I think we might just be getting Ehlers here. I don't really know if anything else makes sense. We could move on from Zaka, but he's got 2 years left at, I think, a really good price. Stützle, we're probably not going to afford to bring back after this year. So, for a sustained success, probably just making that one move. And so the trade deadline's now complete here, guys. Again, just made that one trade for Ehlers. Honestly, too, the fact that we were first in the division, sometimes it makes sense to, not tinker with the team too much. Obviously, I was looking for that blockbuster with Ottawa, but it might be a blessing in disguise. We got John Beecher, former player of ours, going to the Devils. Let's see, Neil Pionk there to the Flames, Samuelson to the Jets, Pulak, Vegas Golden Knights, Joakim Kamel to the Blackhawks, Provorov to the Preds. Let's see, got Paul Carter to the Red Wings, Atu Rautu to the Rangers, Giroux to the Flames. Still playing kind of actually insane. He's got to be over 40 at this point. Ty Carty and Arbajak going to Utah. Philip Bystedt there with John Marino to the Avs, Raquel there to the Sabres. Let's see, Verhaeghe there to the Flames, our trade for Ehlers, and Olafson there to the Wild. Okay, so I think we had the biggest trade. I didn't see any the big names get moved. Trennan there has Truculence X Factor. Only a 75 overall, so it does not make sense to pick him up. Alright guys, so after the trade deadline, here's an updated look at the team. Top 6 is still the exact same, and look at this. The third line now of Rubric, Zach, and Ehlers also gets a +5. So I mean, +5 the entire top 9 forward group. Everyone's an 86 or higher, which means they should be playing like a 91 or higher. I don't know how anyone's going to match up with that. I guess we'll see. There could be some stacked playoff teams. Harrison, Minton, and Ludwinski as well. Should have showed you guys fourth line. They've been playing pretty well. Like, they've all got, positive plus minus. I think that's not a bad fourth line. Defensively, I made a tiny change. I put DuPont on the left side instead of the right. I don't know how much that'll affect him, but maybe you can get him going a little bit. Obviously, like with how good the second pairing's been, I feel like we should just keep the rest of the D pairs together. Obviously, no change in net. And then in terms of the power play, the top unit there is still the same. Higgins has obviously been a beast on that. Now, the second unit has Ehlers. They get a +5. I took Cirelli off of it just because good chance we don't bring him back, so might as well give that ice time to Zaka. The four-man there is the same. The second one does have Ehlers, and I think the PKs are all the same. Cirelli, of course, on that top unit. Or actually, I think with Patra gone, Harrison finds himself on the third, and then also, too, I think I put McTavish there on the third three-man. So, again, some small, minor tweaks. AHL, I think, is the exact same. So, hopefully this team continues to crush it, and like I said, maybe this is our year we finally win the Cup. Also, too, guys, I was just curious. Ehlers here wants an almost $11 million extension. So, yeah, he's definitely just going to be a rental for us. And now, guys, we're at the end of the season here. Records 51, 26, and 5. 50 wins, always a good year. We actually did finish first there in the division. The Blue Jackets, though, beat us out 113, as well as, actually, Golden Knights and Avalanche for the President's Trophy. But still, we're happy with that. AHL team first in their division. 104 points. If they can win one of the next two games, they also hit 50 wins. And so now, looking at the NHL team here, James Higgins with a career season. 102 points, only had 18 goals. So he's looking like Jumbo Joe Thornton, which is kind of funny, of course, Joe Thornton, being a former Bruin, but what a season for him. I think with highly potential, putting up 100 points, he should jump to at least a 93. So yeah, I don't know, maybe next year, depending on what we do, could have him 1C, McTavish 2C, but McTavish just put up 88 points. Pasternak's still really good, 95, 54 goals. He will be potentially 35 next year. I don't know what birth month he has, but that might be a little bit of cause for concern. Barzal, 65 on the second line. Cirelli, 60 is solid. If we can bring him back, I'd like to. Let's see. Ehlers here, of course, on the third line for us. 11 points, 20 games. That's still not that bad. 4 power play points. So he's producing at least on the power play. McAvoy there at 57, so a little bit less. Quinn, 55, 27 goals. I was hoping he'd score a bit more. Zaka, 46. Rubric, 44 is not bad. Again, DuPont, 29, playing top pair. Second power play of the top four-man power play. I don't know. I just think he's not a guy that's going to sim well for some reason. So I'll have to kind of go back to the drawing board for him maybe for the next roster. In terms of the goaltender stats, Swayman there at a 912 save percentage, 28 goals against. So he's looking good. And then the AHL, looks like Day actually got more starts, which annoys me a little bit, but that's fine. He had a 9.2 save percentage, so he did well. Only 2 goals against. Jeez, that's pretty close to sub 2, which is actually unreal. Captain there, leading scorer on the second line, 68 points. Then had Beck, Tomasino, Kazantinov was close. Hyman still at 53 points, 38 years old. He actually got him for one more year. I think there's a good chance he actually might retire, but we had 7 guys there with 50 plus points, which is solid. Andrew Gibson actually leading the defensive scoring, 44 points. 1 year left, he's 78. Terrible stick checks, so probably will just be like an AHL defenseman for us. And now in terms of the entire league, Nathan McKinnon, 127, followed by Matthews, McCarr. I think he's going to get 5 straight Norris trophies. Bedard there popped off, Natchez, McDavid. I was hoping, Higgins could be in the top page, but that's okay. A lot of guys this year, actually, with 100 plus points, but Higgins, 102 is a part of that group. In terms of goals, McKinnon, 78, my goodness. Pasternak there was 4th. And defensive scoring, yeah, McCarr, nobody close. Werenski's 50 points behind him with 77. That is ridiculous. Goaltending here, Aiden Hill, the most wins. Swayman actually second most there, 43. Save percentage for starter, Logan Thompson, 921. And then the best goals against is actually Vamelka, 261. So maybe Aiden Hill will win the Vezina. His stats are pretty good. He had the most wins. And then rookie skaters, Beckham Edwards, drafted by the Red Wings, 37 points. And he's probably going to win the Calder. Yeah, some years is just a bad year for rookies. And I'll lead to our league here, guys. We got Blue Jackets taking home the President's Trophy. We finished 4th in the league. So again, definitely still happy with our season. Hopefully can cap it off here with the Stanley Cup. Carolina there kind of squeaks in, 86 points. Last in the NHL this year was the LA Kings, 68. So, I mean, not terrible. We've obviously seen teams do worse than that. Goals for, we were 5th place in the NHL. We'll take it. Goals against, we had the 4th best. So, yeah, definitely, a solid season for us. Hopefully now the team can perform come playoff time. First round here, of course, we'll have the second wild card from winning the division. And that means we're playing the Florida Panthers. We've actually played quite a bit. And I think usually we get the better of them. So, hopefully that's the case this season. Now, their first line still stacked, Kachuk, Barkov, and Reinhart. Kind of crazy Florida's without, Barkov and Kachuk both to start the year. Kachuk's supposed to be back around Christmas. Barkov probably out the entire season. Tropchenko, second line left wing. If we lose to that, I mean, even Sharon Govich, no offense, it's not like a second line right wing at this point in the, franchise. A 74 in the 4th line. I mean, come on. Defensively, it's not bad, but like, I don't know. What are we supposed to build better? They have 82, 81 in net. Everything says we should win, but, you know, there is a lot of randomness in hockey, in fairness to the sim. So we'll see what happens. First 2 games are going to be at home, TD Garden. And they get a 4-3 win game 1. That was close. 8-1 win game 2. That's what I like to see. Okay, so we should have all the momentum now. Head to Fort Lauderdale. And in game 3 in Florida, we get a 4-3 loss. Luckily, though, it was tight 2-1 OT loss. All of a sudden, Florida makes it a series. Game 5 back at home. And it is a 6-3 loss. Sim game 6 in Florida. Okay, 4-3 win. We have a chance now. Game 7 back at home. We looked really good the first couple games. Here we go. And 0-0 after 1. 3-0. Let's go. Harrison, Gooley, McTavish. And they fought back. Barkov with a shorty. Bennett there. Luckily, team can hold on. Honestly, when we heard down 3-2, I thought that was it. We were about to get screwed over, but luckily, team found a way. So we're moving on now to the second round, and we're playing the defending Stanley Cup champion Buffalo Sabres, the team that knocked us out last year, so we have a chance for revenge. And so looking at Buffalo, their first line there is still stacked. Benson, Yoss, Thompson, Tovlin, Lawrence, Veronka. Tons of X Factors you can see throughout. I mean, we've also got a bunch of X Factors, just not our fourth line, where they have Raquel, McLeod, and Isaac Rosen. I mean, guys always like to say online how, like, you know, your fourth line has to be defensive. Well, Isaac Rosen has 2.5-star defense. McLeod's actually good. And then Raquel's got 3.5-star defense and no physicality. Definitely not like a very defensive forward. And yet, you know, they're defending Stanley Cup champs. Defensively, Power, Dahlin, Kesselring, Byram. The bottom pairing's pretty mad. Merca actually went down in rating. He was at 80 last year, now 79. Levi, 88 overall, is a solid starter. Lukin was backing him up. So we'll see what happens. Again, I like our team. I think their team looks a little bit worse than last year. I want to say they like lost somebody. So we have the home ice advantage. Here we go. Can we take out the defending Stanley Cup champs? And we actually beat them first 2 games. 5-2 and then a 3-0 shutout win there from Swayman. Head to Buffalo now. Game 3 and 4. And game 3 is a 7-2 win. Okay, no sweep though, but it was close. Wow, what a battle. 1-0 we lost in OT. So all we have to do now, guys, is win one of the next 3 games. And we're moving on to the conference final. And we do get it done 5-1. And of course, we've got the President's Trophy winning Blue Jackets. They're actually 8-2 so far in the playoffs. So doing it a little bit better than us. Look at the goalie matchup there. Wallstedt's got same save percentage as Swayman, so Swayman's doing well, but below a 2 goal against. They're first in goals for and against. This team's crushing it. Power play is only a little bit better in terms of like the ranking. Penalty kill wise, we're actually better. And then Hagen's 20 points is out scoring Fantilli, and you know Hagen's there. I mean, just continuing his success in the regular season. I think he's gonna have a huge jump in rating this summer. So CBJ, Johnson, Fantilli, Marchenko. I mean, they've only got one 90+ forward. Second line, solid. You got 80 Monahan, third line center. Line A, fourth line, kind of like I was talking about. You want defense. That's interesting. Defensively, Werenski's a beast, 93. 82 Severson. I mean, after Werenski, they have nothing. Our top 4, I mean, our top 6 is so much better than theirs. Goalies, Wallstedt's a 91. Swayman's like an 89. He's not that much worse. Andreanov, actually a really good backup goalie. Probably like unnecessarily good, to be honest. So we'll see what happens here, guys, in the conference final with the President's Trophy winners. I like our team better on paper, but we'll see what happens here. It looks like our AHL team's also in the conference final, so I love that. Game 1, first period, Rupp 1, Pavel Zacha. Still 1-0 after 2. And 4-1 win. Let's go. McTavish, matchup for them. Dupont actually gets on the board, and then Sorelli there with the empty netter. Here you go, guys. Game 2. Hopefully, I can keep it going. McTavish with a couple. Liney for them. 4-1 now. Quinn and Sorelli. Can McTavish find the Hattie? 5-1. It's Dupont, empty netter. He's just juicing his stats here. Luckily, already got him signed because, yeah, he's got 2 meaningless goals. All of a sudden, guys trying to show up for us. So, 2-0 lead here on Columbus. I see the Colorado Avalanche and the Calgary Flames of the Western Conference Final. Both of those games were actually in Columbus, I should mention, at Nationwide. So, back home in the Garden. Game 3, 0-0. 1-0 now. Lining again for them from the fourth line. Finding that scoring touch. And unfortunately, we lose that one. Really high shots there. 37-34. And yet, 1-0 win. So, both goalies are playing well here. Hopefully, we can at least win one game at home. I'd hate to, get 2-0 up after, playing 2 away games and then absolutely blow it. So, here you go, guys. This is a big game here. Really kind of dictates what's going to happen in this series, in my opinion. So, 2-0 down early, not good. Liney again, Xavier Bourgault. 3-0, Jordan Dumais. 4-1. Pasternak stops us from getting shut out, but Patrick Liney adds another. I think probably has the most goals in this series. So, we're all tied up now, 2-2, and now we're headed to Columbus. 1 goal for the team in 2 games at home. Boston fans would not be happy with that. Hopefully, can play like we did last time we were in Columbus. I mean, we were, 9-2 in the 2 games we played them. 2-1 lead early. Let's go. Rubric Zaka. 2-2 now. Big third period. And wow, team did not show up at all in the third period. So we really got to come alive here. Game 6 and Game 7. You know, we definitely have a chance, I think. Our team, like I said, better on paper. We showed up in the first 2 games. Need to do something here to answer back. So Game 6 at home. We got to at least win 1, I hope. Come on. 2-0 early. Zaka, Pasternak to the longest serving Bruins. 4-3. They're making it a game. Ehlers, Hagens for us. Can we hold on here in the third period? And we do. Dupont again. Little insurance goal. Okay, he loves scoring in the third there. We've already got that lead, but we're moving on. Game 7 in Columbus, where so far we are 2-1. Can we get it done? Can we make the Stanley Cup final for the first time in this series? We have the Avalanche waiting for whoever wins here. So here we go. First period, down 2-1. Hagens for us. Come on. Second period, still 2-1. Shots. Wow, they're more than doubling us. 30-14. We need a hero here. In the third, James Hagens again. This guy's a monster. An absolute monster, and they get a goal from Jackson Smith. Zaka, though, answers back. I was going to say, Smith scored 2 minutes later. Zaka scores like a minute later to tie this up. We have a power play. We probably got one of the better power plays in the league. No goal. Less than halfway through the period. We're actually at the 5-minute mark now. It's 3-3 still. And there's 2 minutes left. Okay, so overtime, I think, because who knows how long this is going to happen. I think we just click the sim button, we see what happens. So here we go. And let's go! Charlie McAvoy, the captain. Power play winner. Actually, minute and a half into OT. He sends Columbus home, the President's Trophy winners, and punches our ticket to the Stanley Cup final, where, like I said, we got the Avalanche waiting for us. Good team, of course. McKinnon won the Art Ross. McCarr is most likely going to win the Norris. Marco Sturm here having a conversation with us, just saying, you know, set out to make the Stanley Cup final. That's exactly what we did. And actually, before I show you guys the Avs Lions, the matchup there, I'm curious to see. I think the AHL team might have gotten knocked out. And unfortunately, that they did. They lost to the Cleveland Monsters. That's actually the Blue Jackets AHL team there in 6. But I mean, they still made the conference final, so can't be too upset with that. Now, in the Stanley Cup final matchup here, guys, Swayman, better save percentage than Blackwood and better goals against, although it's very close. The Avs there, first in goals for. We're first in goals against. Our power play is not kicking, so I might have to tinker with that a little bit. PK-wise, I mean, it's basically a tie, and then Hagens there is the leading scorer. And now look at the Avs. They got McMichael in the first line, McKinnon and Natchez. They got Zuccarello, 81 with his 81 stammer. What? 43 and 41 respectively. Interesting roster choices. Trevor Moore's 36 now. Olofsson, Bystedt, Kevin Brindley, Slipikov there. New just down to a 78 at 38. Nichushkin. They have so many old guys. They got McCarr, and then they got Gerard. Spence is okay. Marino's down to 82. Starting goalie Blackwood up to 87. Whereas Lincoln's backing him up. I mean, this team is definition of just top heavy. Like, they really don't have a lot of depth here. Zuccarello still, though, I mean, wow, these guys both have 13 points, 16 games. Got to give them respect. And so I'm looking at it here, guys. Pasternak, yeah, only 4 points on the power play so far. I mean, I don't know. Like, this power play was really good. I thought we could try. McAvoy's only got 1 point in the power play in these playoffs. Okay, so we're going to make a small move. We're going to get, this is Dupont's chance, right? We're putting him on the top unit there. If he can't perform, it's costing us a Stanley Cup. So he's got all the pressure here. He's almost fighting for his job. We'll put McAvoy there on the second one. Let's see. Hagen's there, giving the puck to Pasternak. Barzell's the one carrying it. I think that makes sense to me. So we'll make that small change on power play. I think 5v5. We're keeping it the same. And we'll see what's going to happen here. Stanley Cup final. Boston versus Colorado. This is like the, what would you call it? Ray Bourque Stanley Cup, I guess. First game here. We're in Denver. Let's go. 2-0. Hagens, McTavish. 4-2. McTavish again. Harrison. And we hold on 6-2. Minton, Hagens. Let's go. Again, Hagen's been an absolute beast. And now here we go, guys. Game 2. 0-0 after the first. After the second, McKinnon, Olsen make it 2-0. Wow. Okay, so we did not show up in Game 2. That's okay. Now for Game 3, guys, we're headed home. Hopefully, can, win one here. Get that momentum back. 1-0 early. Jack Quinn. 2-0. Hagens. Who else? 3-1. Byers there 1 second. Gets the empty netter. Zuccarello actually scored beginning of the period, but luckily able to play some good D there. So we're now up 2-1 in this series. All we have to do is win 2 of the next 4 games, and we are Stanley Cup champs. That's it. 50% win rate. Come on. Game 4, we're still at home. Come on. 0-0 after 1. After 2. What a battle. And let's go. We pop off in the third. Actually got Nick Ehlers there, the guy we got the trade deadline with 2 goals. McTavish, of course, had the game winner, but still Ehlers there, making sure we hold on. So A big shutout from Swayman, and that means, guys, we just have to win one of these next 3 games. Hopefully the boys can lock in. I don't care if it's in Denver, if it's in Boston. Here we go. Game 5, Stanley Cup's in the building. And it's 1-1, Makar and Minton. 2-2 now, McKinnon, McTavish. So obviously we'll resume simulation here. So we have a chance to lift that Stanley Cup. And looks like the shots a little bit on their side. David Pastrnak, let's go. Come on. 3-2 lead now, about halfway through the third. Boys just have to lock it in now in front of Swayman. Good team defense here. And we can be hoisting Lord Stanley. 2 minutes. Okay, so we got 56 seconds left. We're going to watch this thing. Hopefully they can hold on. This, of course, can be close. Going to make sure I'm the coach here. Do not want to influence the outcome of this game. And I'm curious to hear the ratings. We got 5 better offense, 13 better defense, and then 5 better goalie. I said, like, behind Makar, they had absolutely no depth, so that kind of shows with the ratings. Series Boston leads 3-1. 56 seconds. Who we have out there, actually, on that? Is this the third line? Oh, no, it's the first line. Okay, Hagen's here. He's hungry. Unfortunately, gives it away to McKinnon. And they're pulling the goalie. Okay, Pastrnak just put this in. He's going to dump it. Oh, did they do a little... They immediately told him not to leave. Okay, respect. I thought Pastrnak dumped it there on an empty net. We're just wasting time in the corner, which I don't mind. Hagen's loses it, but gets it back. I don't even know what that move was. Pastrnak to McTavish out front. Nice save. Here they come. Natchez. So 1-on-2, though. He's waiting for somebody. Nice little hit there from McAvoy. McAvoy just killing time. Finds Ehlers. That was kind of dangerous. DuPont to Pastrnak. He tried taking a shot there, just all diving out, blocking it. You know, I respect it from the Avs. 5 seconds to go until we're Stanley Cup champions. 1 more second, and there you have it, guys. Boston Bruins finally lifting the Stanley Cup. I said, you know, at the very beginning, this team was the best team we've had yet, and they showed it here. We made one small tweak. We bring in a star in Ehlers. I mean, that top 9 forward group, I don't think, like I said, anyone could match up with us. Defensively, we're very solid as well. And, you know, I'm really happy they won because we saw we were probably going to lose, you know, a couple of guys at least this summer. So I'm glad we at least got the 1 cup here, beating a, you know, really good team there in Colorado, led by McKinnon, Makar. So definitely earned this one. We also took out, what, the reigning Stanley Cup champs, the Buffalo Sabres, the President's Trophy winners, the Blue Jackets. James Hagen's there with the Conn Smythe Trophy. Definitely well-deserved. Like I said, I mean, over 100 points this year. Conn Smythe winner. This guy might be like a 95 start next year. So love seeing that from, of course, you know, the real-life first-round pick. And now next year we're going to have Charlie McAvoy going out there to lift that cup. And there you have it, guys. The yellow confetti's coming down, even though we're in Colorado. McAvoy with the C gets that Stanley Cup. Again, what a moment here for Boston. Haven't won this since 2011 when they took out the Canucks. Did have that one Stanley Cup final, though, when they lost to St. Louis. And finally, once again, Stanley Cup champs. And we got 2 years left here. Possible repeat, possible three-peat maybe. McAvoy would definitely be giving it to Pastrnak first. I can't think of anyone more deserving. Lift that first cup. You got to remember, too, at this point, he's full-on a veteran. He's 34. Like I said, he might even be 35 by the time we start next season. I think, though, he was 33 to start, so I think he's got early birthday. And now Pastrnak here, guys. Who are we going to give it to? You know what? Ehlers won one at this point, right? So we'll do Ehlers coming in at the deadline. What I just realized, he actually may have won one, because Carolina might have won a cup that I forgot about in the sim. Now, I would have liked to give it to Zaka. He's not here, but definitely Jeremy Swayman. Been our goalie the entire time. Will be the goalie for the next couple of years. Always nice when you got, you know, reliability between the pipes. Jeremy Swayman's definitely been that. Don't think he's won a single Vezina for us yet, but he's been a solid goalie. Never have to worry about that position. Decent contract. Definitely a big plus for this team. And now finally here, guys, the moment we've been waiting for. Stanley Cup team pick. We got that new Boston Bruins logo as well there on the white jerseys. There you have it. Finally, Boston Bruins, Stanley Cup champs. Also, there was like some guy that looked like David Luiz with the red hair front and center. Must have been one of our creative players. But look at this. This is part of the new Stanley Cup celebration. You got all the guys celebrating in the locker room. Pretty cool. And then that's followed by just this screen we've seen before. Stanley Cup champion, Boston Bruins. And of course, we got all the names there on the Stanley Cup. Pretty short-listed names, actually, compared to all the other teams. Probably just because we had 20 guys right on. Maybe some short names, too. I don't know. But like I said before, stacked team and well-deserving. And the playoffs are now complete, guys. Of course, we're the Stanley Cup champs. And the Cleveland Monsters actually won the Calder Cup. So at least the AHL team lost there to the eventual champions. Looking here at the draft lottery, which we should be getting to in a couple days. Also to retired players. Then we'll take a look at the awards. Sharks there picking first. Once again, Islanders picking 2. Wow, both those teams, some lottery luck. Montreal as a top 5 pick via Seattle. Calgary there getting one from Dallas. And now taking a look at the playoff tree here, guys, you can see Colorado's run there. Wild in 6, swept the Utah Mammoth. Flames in 6 before losing to us in 5. Of course, we know our road there to it. And then Cleveland there after beating us beat the Coachella Firebirds in 5. And now looking at playoff stats, I mean, Hagens, what a beast. 33 points, 24 games. McTavish as well, 31. I mean, I was thinking about maybe, you know, splitting those two guys up. I think we have to keep the first line together. Like, they absolutely carried us in the playoffs. McAvoy there had 18 points. Only the one on the power play, so maybe he's just fine top pair. Landon DuPont, though, did not get a single power play point. Yeah, he didn't get a single power play point in that series. I don't know. I mean, he's a plus 20, though. I really don't know what to do with him. Goaltending stats, so we have him at a 9.35. Dobesh when he came in one time at a 9.65, so that's good. And now look at the awards here, guys. Again, awesome to see we won the Stanley Cup. And I was right. The Carolina Hurricanes did win 5 years ago in this sim. So Ehlers, 2-time Stanley Cup champ. I mean, good for him. Prince of Wales trophy there. Individually, McKinnon, Art Ross, 3rd straight year. Also got the Hart for the 3rd straight year. Makar, 5 straight James Norris. This guy's untouchable. McKinnon, Lady Bing. Beckham Edwards got the Calder. Hagens, of course, Conn Smythe. Hill got the Vezina like we predicted. Vamelka, though, William Jennings. Kerslack, Bill Masterton. Montgomery there. Jack Adams now with the Vegas Golden Knights. Veneers, Selke Trophy, 4 or 5 years. New Bergeron. McKinnon, Ted Lindsay, and the Maurice Richard. So Avs almost won everything to win the Cup this year. Cleveland, of course, won the Calder. Now in the AHL, you got Tarasenko down there. MVP, Joshua Waugh, most goals. I mean, wow, a bunch of back-to-back Cleveland players. Mahura, best defenseman, so that's why they won the Calder Cup. Ravensburgen's still down there, best goalie. Surprised he hasn't made the... Wow, they even had Gabe Landeskog on that team, and he won MVP of the playoffs. So their team was pretty sick. Day, though, lowest goals against, which is nice with DiPietro. And now look at retired players here, guys. Are you kidding me? Sidney Crosby retires there with the Utah Mammoth. 43 years old. Was down to a 76. And, okay, so why did he not... He didn't play a single game with them. He signed for $2.2 million for 2 years, and they scratched him the entire season. Wow, so that's how Sid goes out. His last game played was with the Penguins. Utah signs him and then just leaves him scratched. Okay. Stammer there won another cup, couldn't get it. He leaves. Tavares, Duchesne, Nuge, same thing. Toffoli, Monahan, Stone, Couturier. He actually played whole career there with the Flyers. Zucker, Schwartz, Tarasenko. Lots and lots of names that obviously you guys are going to recognize. Goaltending here. Bobrovsky, okay, Kemper, Talbot, Mrazek. And before we get to the draft, guys, I want to take a look at contract extensions, and I just realized I somehow missed David Pastrnak. I don't know. It's like he was so high rated, I just went right by him. I don't know. Honestly, that's just a brain fart. Luckily, I'm looking at it now. How much does he want? 13 million on a 1 year. I mean, we have the money. We have 24 million. Like I said, usually you can get them cheaper in the actual re-sign phase. So if we have only $11 million left, Cirelli wants pretty much all of it. We also have Ehlers we're losing. Gooley we're probably losing. 6.9 is actually not bad. So I think we probably keep Gooley. We lose Pedersen. And, you know, we have to keep, like, ancillary players. So, yeah, we're going to be losing a lot of guys. I'll try and move Ehlers and Cirelli both. Just for, you know, some picks or whatever at the draft. Pastrnak, that's, wow, like I said, that's just a brain fart, nothing else. And so at the draft now, guys, curious to see. So top 5, just 5 medium elites again with this on medium. Surprised, like, whoa, high elite goalie guaranteed from Belarus. And he's going to go, what, late 3rd? What a steal that's going to be. After him, we've got another potential high elite goalie. He's probably a high starter, but still in the 4th round. Good work there by the goalie scouts. I mean, at least they're pulling their weight. You have a couple Finnish goalies who could be medium elite. Jeez, I mean, why? Like, the goalie scouts are always hitting. And we can't find anything else, though. I guess this guy here, guaranteed medium top 6, early 2nd. That's not bad. Same with this guy. It's going to be like a 3rd. Also got a guaranteed low top 6 we can get with the last pick of the draft. That's not bad. And so I just entered our 2nd round pick here, guys. It's an early 2nd. Taking a look at the top 5 there. Yeah, as we predicted, just all, you know, high 70, low 80, medium elites. New York Rangers getting medium elite, 67 at pick 10. I did not see him. Red Wings get one at 12. How are we missing out on these guys? Like, our scouts are all at least B or A overall now with A+ in their respective regions. So I'm not sure. Vegas there, low elite, 71 defenseman. That could actually be a nasty pick. But I think we're going to get Kimu Samalayan. I probably butchered that. But 3 NHL ETA, Matt Zuccarello, similar player. And he is 63, medium top 6. For an early 2nd, that's just a solid pick. Our next pick here, guys, is actually number 45. Red Wings got a low elite. And our next year, guys, trying to trade our 2nd round pick this year for the Blues next year. They're a conservative seller. We don't really need anyone at this spot. So just trying to, like, move it down. They say quite far off, which seems wrong. We have so many picks. I will trade them like a 6 just to get a 2nd next year. They say yes. Again, if there's no one there, I think that is just, you know, the move to make. So our next pick's now 64. That's the last pick in the second round. I think we also have the first pick in the third round. So at this point, we're probably looking at those goalies. I guess Ruedel there, 83 would be the next guy. And then you got the high elite, and then you got the medium elite goalies. So you've also got Barry here, guaranteed medium top 6. He's actually the highest ranked. So I guess we'll take Barry first. And it's a 54 overall medium top 6. Not quite as, you know, high as I'd like. And like I said, we actually have the first pick now in the third round. And Ruedel here is supposed to be medium top 4 defenseman. So because he's the next highest rank, we'll take him. And he's a 59 medium top 6. That's kind of tough. And now next year, guys, trying to make a trade. The Florida Panthers offering them a 4th rounder this year with a 3rd and a 5th next year for their 2 thirds this year. They say yes. Okay, so that worked out really well. That actually allows us to get the 2 goalies that we wanted. The one guaranteed high elite, and then the other one that's guaranteed medium elite. So Kondrativ, again, probably butchering it. 48 overall, but he's high elite. So, I mean, we are very happy. I think that's our highest potential player we've taken yet, aside from, I guess, Landon DuPont. That should be obvious. And then we'll get Lejeune in here, who's supposed to be medium elite goalie. And he is. And he's also 63 overall, so that's awesome. And now, guys, we have a 4th round pick here. I think there's another goalie we can take. Yeah, Watson, who could be high elite. And he's a high starter. Still, in the 4th round, that's not that bad. And like I was saying, guys, I don't think we can bring Sorelli back, so I'm trying to trade him right now for the Kings 3rd rounder next year. Obviously, they were bad this year, so we'll see. I think the value is actually on our side. Maybe we can get like a 3rd and a 6th for him. They say no. Okay, you know what? Just the 3rd's fine. They say yes. So obviously, just, you know, rather get something than nothing. I was also going to try and do that with Ehlers. Unfortunately, though, I'll show you guys. He's got less value there than a 7th round pick. And now next year, guys, trying to get another pick trade, offering up 2 4ths to the Lightning for 2 7ths and a 5th. They say yes. Okay, so the reason was, obviously, no one in the 4th round this year we want, but there's a bunch of the late rounder guys we want, so now we can get them, and obviously we pick up a 5th for next year. The first guy here is going to be Antilla, who should be medium elite goalie. We're going to have too many goalies after this, and he is 59 overall. Again, our goalie scouts popped off this season. Unfortunately, skater scouts did not hold their weight. After that, we'll take McCardle, another guy who could be medium elite, and he is 60 overall as well, which is really good. And then our last pick here, at the end of the 7th round, we're going to take that guy who's like 329, but he has a guaranteed chance to be a low top 6. And there you go. Only 51 overall, but still, basically the last pick of the draft. That is solid. So overall, I feel like a decent draft there. As you can see, walking away with a ton of prospects. And so we're at the re-sign phase now, guys, with $24 million in cap space. Pasternak here is up to a 96, actually tied McAvoy after last season. And yeah, 13.2, I think that's what he wanted before, right, at the draft. So 2 years is how much we have left. If we can get him for, you know, in the 12s, maybe even in the 11s, looks like that's a possibility. See if we'll say yes to 11.75. Like, it still has pretty good contract interest. Organization interest is also quite high. Again, Gouli, I think we do need back because we're losing Pettersson. He wants 6.8 for 6, and he wants a full no trade. We're going to try 6x6 with a 24 team no trade. That way, if we decide to move on from him, there's at least some teams we could, you know, deal him to. And again, Pettersson, 5.5 is not terrible, but he's 35. I think at this point we can move on from him. Svozil isn't amazing, but, you know, for dirt cheap, I think he can be a bottom pair D-man. Or even potentially Mason Waugh here. He's got 5-star physical and also pretty good defensive stats. If he grows a bit, he could be the guy. So let's actually see if we can get him locked up. 2 years, 150K. And he says yes. And now looking at goalies here, guys, this is so jokes. Obviously, DiPietro re-signed. This guy here, he's 70 overall at 20, which isn't bad, but high backup, I just don't think it's worth it, especially when, how many is that? 5 medium elite goalies and a high elite in our system, plus a high starter. It's just too much, but I mean, when they're the only guys that are kind of worth drafting for us, kind of no other option. And again, Ehlers there wants 10 million bucks, so just gonna let him go. And now Quint here, I mentioned 82 overall medium elite. We'll get him signed to a contract. And Ludwinski wants 2 million now. Okay, 2 years. I don't know. And now Kuzadinov here has been on the AHL team this entire time. Unfortunately, wants 1.3 now, so time to let him go. And there we go, guys. Pasternak did say yes. That's huge. Same with Gouli. I think after that, just all AHL players. So again, we should be good for next year. We actually still have $8 million there in cap space. Okay, so I let Ehlers Pettersson go, but maybe you could bring in like a player like that. Also, Swayman here, now 90 overall. That's huge for the team as well. So you know what, guys? I'm going to try and bring back Ludwinski here. 1 year, 1.75 with a full NMC. Basically, just to get him cheaper. I don't really see us, you know, moving on from him anyways in that 4th line. And we still have 7.3 million. So, yeah, we could bring back Pettersson or somebody else to just make that bottom D pair a little bit better. Now, whoever it is will probably have to be just a 1-year deal, as Hagen's there is going to want to raise. Same with Jack Quinn. And so now, guys, the free agency period. I'm curious to see, you know, who is out there. We got actually more money than I thought. Wow, Yoss there. with the Buffalo Sabres wants 21 million. So, I mean, good luck on them signing him. Stützle, 19. Yeah, we definitely could not have afforded to bring him back if we made that trade. Eklund, 14 there. These asks are kind of crazy. Schaefer actually got up to a low franchise. Interesting. Stenberg there, tons of money. Savoy, 89. Wow, yeah, the Stoner wants 10 million bucks. Should have asked for 420. Let's see. Ehlers there, 10 million open market. Yeah, the prices here are crazy. So we'll take a look. Like I said, our forward group, I think, is set. Defensively, could use somebody better on the bottom pair. I mean, Eric Chernak for 5.8. Tony DeAngelo is just kind of all offensive. Jeremy Lauzon here, defensive defenseman, 3-star defense. His shot block and stick check aren't great, but we could have him work on that this summer. Also, he's got the elite truculence X factor, which has to count for something. He was a +7 this year. We could have him be the, left side bottom pair D-man. 3.8 million 1 year. I mean, I feel like if we give him that, he probably just says yes automatically, right? Let's try it. And there we go. Okay, so we got our defenseman. We still have 4.5 for the trade deadline. That's probably all we're going to do apart from AHL offers. I think we do need 1 or 2 defensemen. Medium league goalie here, I assume, is going to be RFA is. Now, there's no great two-way goalies. Again, I mean, we had so many, probably doesn't make sense to sign one. Free low league defenseman, though. We'll take him. He says yes. Low top four is really not even worth it. Badinka here, 25.77. That's pretty good, so we'll sign him. 2 years, 950. He says yes. Warren here also pretty solid defensive defenseman. It's 26.78. We could do like a 1 year league min. There we go. And in terms of AHL forwards, could probably use a couple. Brandseg Nygaard never got good. That sucks, seeing that he was a bust. I mean, maybe we win a Calder Cup with him. Offer like 950 there in a 2 year. He says yes. Also, Jack Predom here. Honestly, looks to be a pretty good player. 25.78, medium top 6. We can get him on the team. We'll give him like 925k or 950k. There we go. I thought he actually would have been an RFA. I'm surprised Chicago just let him go. So, AHL team should be good. Honestly, we might just be good now for next season. I'll make sure scouts, coaching, all that's also set. And now look at the team, guys. I realized we actually do need one more NHL forward. I don't know. I just can't do math, I guess. So I was looking around. Like, there's some decent options. Rasmussen, Barlow, Brindley, Radish for that, 4.5 million we have in cap space. Kucherov would have been sick, but has very little organization interest. Also wants too much money. Philip Forsberg, who I was kind of eyeing, 83 overall, and he put up 53 points last year. Now, he was playing first line. Still, though, a third line role, I think for that price could, produce with us. Huberdeau here, another guy. Wow, last year he had 65 points. That was with the Flames on 19 minutes. That's either their first or second line. So he's also an option too. Now he is 2 years older, so I think he has a better chance to reduce in rating. And then Forsberg here is a sniper. Also, I just noticed too, Forsberg is asking for $1 million less. And there's another team interested in Huberdeau. Nobody interested in Forsberg. So we'll sign him. I think he could really fit. We'll just give him exactly what he's asking for and hope he says yes. And there we go. Okay, so I think now team should be set. And around the fall, guys, having a conversation with our head coach, wants to talk about, goals for this season. Competing for Stanley Cup as defending champs makes a ton of sense to me. And then preseason focus, so I think we are back now to 5v5. And increasing everyone's offensive defensive awareness will hopefully increase their overall. And now next year, guys, I'm sure what the lines are like for next year, trying to defend this Stanley Cup. So, as I mentioned, decided to keep the first line together. They did so well. I'm kind of surprised, actually, though. Hagen's only up by 1, where McTavish went up by 3. Now in 94, even though it was Hagen's that had the career year, really popped off. So, I don't know exactly how that works. Pastrnak there still 95 at 35, which is nice to see. But he is 35 now, so he might start to regress. Really doesn't matter for us with only 2 years left. Even if he's like a high 80, he still probably will produce. Barzell also went up in rating by 1. Zaka, Rubrick. You got Forsberg and Quinn there on the third line. So Quinn here is the guy that we just drafted third round. He's got 96 passing as a rookie. And he's going to be playing with Forsberg there, who's got a 5-star shot. And Jack Quinn, who's got a 5-star shot. So even playing third line, I think he's actually got a really good chance to win the Calder, especially if we do, play on second power play. Fourth line there, staying the same defensively here. So we got DuPont on the top here, so McAvoy. I had him on the left side, though. We won the cup like that. Should be fine. Byers is now at 90, so one of the rare defensive defense that actually grew for us, which is awesome. Playing there with Gouli, and then Vasilev and Lauzon on the bottom pair. Of course, goalies, Swayman still starting. Dobesh backing him up. You got DiPietro and Day in the AHL. Look at the rest of this team. You got Weisblatt, Beck, and Tomasino leading the forward group. They're mostly like high 70s. Defensively, Svozil, though, is an 80. The rest of that D is kind of like high 70s as well. So I think both teams, should be kind of doing what we did last year. And then, of course, we hope we get lucky again in terms of winning that Stanley Cup. Now, in regards to the ratings, guys, for the 7th season, we've got 94 offense, 93 defense, and 92 goaltending. I think that's exactly what we had last year. So hopefully we can run it back and, win 2 straight Stanley Cups. Until then, though, if you guys enjoyed this one, leave that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.